What's going on? It's Andy. I'm here with you on a Tuesday, one day after the return to action after the All-Star break. How did things go for us? I mean, we were damn close to a big night. If it wasn't for those New Jersey Devils blowing a 3-goal lead at home, I cannot wait. Honestly, I cannot wait to bet against them come playoff time because they're exactly who I thought they were. No, but really, I do not trust this Devils team, especially when they get in close games down the stretch, when they play better teams in the playoffs, when the refs don't call as much. And I don't know. I just do not trust these Devils long term. They blew that 3-goal lead. They ended up winning in overtime. And believe it or not, the only road team to win last night on the whole slate was the New York Islanders. And thank God, because they were the other main team that we took. The Islanders came through. The under in that game came through. The same game parlay where we combined the Islanders winning with under 7.5. And they had 2.5 minutes to score an empty net goal. Couldn't do that. And if they would have, we would have hit the Islanders -1.5 under 6.5, which would have been quite nice because it was over plus 300. Bo Horvat, he had over 2.5 shots on net. I believe he ended up with 4. Barzal ended up scoring, but not getting the assist, which was slightly frustrating. But we hit our double under parlay with the Stars and the Islanders by adjusting their totals. It was pretty nice. We hit a good amount of it. We just missed on a few, and we'll look to build on that going into Tuesday. Now, remember what I just told you. Every home team won. Even the bad home teams won. Arizona beat Minnesota. You know, when you look at these, you had the Ducks come back. They almost beat Dallas. You know, still, they still make you sweat during the regular season. And although we endured some of those last night, it was a pretty good Monday. And now I'll be looking at some more of those home teams on a Tuesday. Now, those Islanders, they've now won 3 in a row. They've conceded 2 or less in 4 straight, and I see no reason to go away from this. They played Semyon Varlamov last night. I guess that's one of the benefits of having a really good backup. He's a starter on most teams. But now we know we're going to be getting Sorokin against the Kraken, and the Islanders are actually rolling with some confidence after that Bo Horvat trade. I really think I'm going to go back to them once again, and I know it's back-to-back nights, but this is a little different. This is after an extended break, and this is going to be, you know, their first home game with Horvat against Seattle, and they really, really, really need these points. And ideally, in a perfect world, I could same-game parlay them, kind of like I did. I would love to take the Islanders plus 1.5, under 5.5. I also wouldn't mind doing exactly what we did yesterday. Take the Islanders with under 7.5. I always am just weary. If I'm going to take a team by one, and I'm going to combine a total to juice it up a little, I like going to 7.5 because that means if you win by 4-3, you'll still squeeze by. So I'm going to take the Islanders in that one, but probably my favorite is the same exact thing that I did against the Flyers. I'm going to bump that over-under up to 6.5, and then we're going to combine it with the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have won a whole litany of home games in a row. I believe it's, like 10, and they caught a beating last night. The one thing we got to worry about potentially, Vasilevsky played last night. You know, trusting Brian Elliott's never easy. However, they have won double-digit games in a row at home, and we've benefited from many of those games. I mean, those are 2 unbelievably solid picks. The Lightning at home, who have been tearing it up there, especially after a game that they want to forget. And then these Islanders unders, which have been cashing rather easily, but I still take that extra goal just in case. I know you want to take under 5.5. 5.5 is just a scary number. I'm just scared you're going to get 2-2, 3-2 in the empty netter, and I would hate to lose that way, and I hate pushing, so I'd rather buy it all the way up to 6.5, combine that with the Lightning. That will put you at plus money. You could also take that Islanders under 6.5, and you can combine it with the under in the Nashville Predators Vegas Golden Knights game. Nashville coming off those 2 big wins at home. They get to pick up where they left off. I'm really tempted to take Nashville. This kind of smells like a 4-2 Nashville to me, but I want to take the under 6.5 in the Islanders and combine that with the under 6.5 in this Nashville game. And I really think Nashville might win this one. So I kind of am going to go with Nashville also. Now, by the way, the reason I'm giving you these assortment of parlays is because nothing really jumps out at me like, oh, you got to take them. I got one money line I kind of like. You're going to laugh at it, but I guess we'll save that for last. Let me continue with some of these combos here. Another team that we kind of trickled a couple wins on. Remember, I talked about get a win against a bad team, then get a win against a team that's slightly better. I mean, first was Nashville, then we saw Detroit sneak a couple of wins for us. Now, this is a very tricky game at home against Edmonton. People will be scared to take them. You want to know what I want to do in this one? This is an old Andy favorite. I want to go same game parlay, both teams to score over 1.5 goals, and then I will take plus 1.5 for the Detroit Red Wings. This is relying on the team to play well at home in their first game after the All-Star break. You saw how that worked for the teams last night. I'm hoping we see similar results in these games tonight in their first games back at home after the All-Star break, both in Nashville and in Detroit. And then also, I'm going to bet on the Chicago Blackhawks, an absolutely bad team, at home against the Anaheim Ducks, who played last night, played in overtime. Gibson played. Now you're going to have their other goalie coming in there. And yes, these are two bad teams. But I'm going to take the home bad team who didn't play last night, although I'm not worried so much. Like, I know I like the Islanders and they're playing back-to-back nights, but it's after a little All-Star break. This isn't the same as being traveling on like a 6-game road trip or something like that. So I do know that about the Islanders. And I'm going to take the Chicago Blackhawks to beat the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I'm going to say Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks still rolls off the tongue easier than just saying the Anaheim Ducks. And then lastly, one of my 2 pluses, Pittsburgh, Colorado, 2+ goals in that game by each team, and then combine that with the Detroit 2+ goals by them and the Edmonton. That will put you at plus money. And that's what I got for you here on this Tuesday. It's an assortment of bets, but like I had mentioned, if there was one particular game, oh, I like this team to win, I would tell you. But when I look at this slate, there aren't that many. I am very much looking forward to the Colorado-Pittsburgh game just to watch as a hockey fan. But as far as the bets, my favorite probably is bumping up that Islanders total to 6.5, taking the under on that and combining that with Tampa, who's won like 10 in a row at home. To me, that probably is my safest play that I could feel comfortable giving to you guys. All right? Good luck to you. Better luck to me. You make sure you're subscribed to the OddsShopper channel here. You come follow me on social media. It's at Andy Francis on all social media platforms. And oh my God, how can I forget to tell you? DraftKings Sportsbook. I gave you guys a little break, but I can't forget. If you don't have a lot in your account and you want a quick 200, you go to DraftKings Sportsbook. And if you don't have an account there, you bet $5 on any one of those parlay assortments I just gave you. You're immediately going to be credited with $200 in free bet credits. It's not like you have to wait for the result. It will immediately be there to use on any of these bets that I'm giving you for this Tuesday night. You just got to be a new user. You got to be located in a state where sports betting is permitted. You got to be over 21, and you can't have a problem and tick in the middle of the night. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Somebody will be there to take your call and help you out. Those are the picks, and that is the promotion. Take it easy. I will be back with you tomorrow. Good luck.